Morning, guys. I'm back with another message. This time, Angel Magic Oracle um, from Tess Whitehurst. And this time I got number 46, which breaks down to a 10. Remiel. Accept and approve. Remiel says, your personal essence must no longer be held back by disempowering stories about your sexuality or your worth. You are beautiful, powerful, and precious just as you are. I am here to remind you of this fact and to set you free. Just as I offer this compassionate support to you, I ask you to offer it to others. Be a beacon of unconditional acceptance, understanding, and love. This is sacral energy, I think I'm picking up on here. Remiel, also known as Jeremiel, wants you to know that confidence and self-approval are not just for other people, but for you as well. You may have been raised in a strict, fundamentalist household that taught you that your unique sexual and spiritual expression was not something to embrace, but something to fear, shun, and hide away from yourself and the world. Yeah, this is talking about a sacral wound, a mother wound, possibly too, or just being raised in a very strict household. I know I was. And then that did, the way sex was talked about was like it was shameful and bad. And I don't agree with that kind of logic or parenting, because it drives your child the opposite direction. I know my parents had good intentions to keep me naive and innocent and all that, but if I would really encourage you to, if you're a parent, to not do that, or if you're thinking of becoming a parent. I did it different with my kids. When they were teenagers, I had to talk with all of them, and it wasn't a shameful, like, oh, you can't have sex, it was, save it for the right person. It's normal to feel this way. It's normal to want to do this. But I also told them about what could happen if they did do it. Diseases, pregnancies, so on and so forth, to my child that was born to me as my daughter, but who I am honoring with her choice to be called, she likes to be referred to non-binary. I believe that's how you say that, as they, them, and child instead of that. But that child, my point is, that child, I had a different conversation with, and it was basically a conversation like, don't give your power away to a man, to, because this child of mine, all of my children are blessed and talented and intelligent children, but this child is an incredible artist, and I didn't want this child to get trapped like I feel like I kind of did. I don't regret my path, my journey. I could have made better choices, but if anything would have been different, I wouldn't have them. So I can't, you know what I mean? But, yeah. So this is definitely addressing a sacral wound. And you can have a sacral wound that didn't necessarily stem from sex. It can stem from a narcissistic parent as well, who's constantly telling you and guilting you, shaming you, manipulating you, because they're emotionally unbalanced and need you to balance their emotions for them. And you have to walk on eggshells around them, because if you say the wrong thing, they're going to get upset and hold a grudge and never speak to you again. That's ridiculousness. That's childish behavior. So I sympathize with anyone who had that, because I did, and I had to wake up to it. So I'm currently trying to heal a sacral mother wound that was placed on me at a very young age, where I knew I had to provide emotional stability and balance for a parent when I was a child, because I knew I wasn't safe. Something happened where I knew I was not able to be a child anymore. It was a wake-up call and a wake-up moment. And I feel like also that's why I have issues remembering things before I was 5 years old. I thought that was normal until I had some other friends and, deep conversations come out. And an ex-boyfriend too, that's not normal. I remember when I was 2, they told me, and I'm just thinking, well, why can't I? The further I looked into it, I found out why children block out things. But yeah, when you, in that instance, when you realize you're not the child, you're responsible for one of your parents' emotions, you don't get to be a child anymore. And I do also believe that was what, I believe that was what caused me to have these wounds. I'm not blaming any person. I'm blaming these wounds I had for my addiction and alcoholism that I went through as an adult. Okay? So if any of that, I know that's going to resonate with some people, because I know I'm not the only one. Okay? Or your fear, or your neighborhood, community, or culture may have imparted a similar narrative. Okay, yeah, so it could have been your household, a parent, your community, a neighborhood, a culture, that made you feel this way. Like you have something to be ashamed of because you enjoy sex. However, you need to enjoy it with a loyal partner who holds this sacred exchange as that very thing, that it is sacred. That's why there are STDs in this world, and all kinds of stuff running rapid, because no one considers their sacral organs sacred anymore. I would like to touch on that word sacred sometime. I might do a reading just about what sacred means and why it should be revered and honored and respected in different ways. There's land that's sacred because this was indigenous land, and horrible things happened to them on this land. Their land was taken from them. Their lives were taken from them. Their freedom was taken from them. And if you think energies like that don't sit in a certain spot and scar the earth, the land, the location that it happened in, you're crazy. But that is why, I know some people have told me they can go to certain places, especially here where I am, in the big CO, which was very much Native American land, indigenous land, different tribes, of course, but and I've had people tell me of stories where they went and there was You know, and it's all the two stories I'm thinking of right now. They were both like circles. Like one was, I'm not really sure because I never got to see it. This older gentleman I used to work for and take care of some. He promised he was gonna take me there someday, but it just never worked out. But I knew he, you know, I still think about him and I love him still. But anyway, but the way they were both described were like circles. And if you stepped into this circle, and I don't know, one was a circle of trees. I think the other one might have been like rocks, because we are in the Rocky Mountains here, and there are rocks everywhere. Like, hello. But anyway, and this gentleman told me that when you stepped inside of the circle, you could feel it. You could feel something. And he said that it was known to be a place where they would meet. Excuse me. Sorry. My phone fell over. I still don't have a stand for it, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, they would meet there. And this particular spot was up on a mountain nearby, which is directly named after and directly connected to a tribe that lived here. And so he said that when he went there, he felt his pulse change. There was like a vibration. He got dizzy. And that's what I'm talking about. Sacred. When there's protections put up and you're not supposed to be there because it's sacred, yeah, stuff's going to happen to you. The Native Americans were very spiritual, powerful people. Just like the Haitians that were brought here and treated similarly to the natives of this land, if not worse. Well, we're not going to compare traumas here. But, and again, I feel, and I've talked about this on a past video, I know it really has nothing to do with the bullseye, but I feel like the white men, quote unquote, whatever, you know, I don't know where they all came from Europe and stuff, came here and enslaved two groups, two cultures. And do you know, I swear this has been given to me by God, like a download. They were afraid of those cultures because of the powerful spirituality and magic they held. And you can say magic isn't real, but you'd also have to say that energy isn't real. And if you don't think energy is real, then I don't want to talk to you or know you. Because I know it is, and I'm not going to sit and rage bait somebody about something I know exists. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't know how I've gotten off on this rabbit chase, but we're going to get back to the reading here. Imagine an animal in the wild, perhaps a fox, raccoon, or a lion. Do you think that creature feels shame for being who they are? Absolutely not. The mountain lions around here hold no shame. I can promise you that. They will get up on your roof. They'll get up on your fence. They'll climb up in a tree with a deer leg and just sit there and watch you. They don't hold no shame. But that is a good point, though. It is within us. It is a normal human desire to procreate and partner. I'm not saying that you should only have one partner in a lifetime. What I'm saying, though, is when you're with a partner, it's sacred. That means the two of you are sharing this exchange of energy. Not you sharing it with this person, taking their good sexual energy and then going to every Tom, Dick, and Harry or every Betty, May, and Susie and giving it to them too. That's not sacred. That's hoism. Okay? People need to wake up. You wonder why you've got stuff and you're itching and burning and everything else. It's because you stuck it and let others stick it with dirty. They're dirty. Because they've done stuff. It's a yard sale. It's not who, it's whose turn is it? It's disgusting. Do you believe they suspect there is something uniquely shameful at their core? I highly doubt wild animals feel any kind of shame. Don't you guys agree? No, they hunt for food, they eat, they sleep, and mate for their entire lifespan without such a care in the world. Just as a wild animal does not question their right to be who they are, neither should you. You were born beautiful. You were born powerful. You were born with certain preferences, perceptives, impulses, and desires, like I just said. You were born to be preciously who and what you are. As you allow your own unique expression in this life, allow the unique expression of others as well. Accept, approve, and let go of prejudice and judgments as best you can. Remember, we are all being who we are, doing our best, and learning as we go. Alright, this is the little ritual. So you can click off now or you can listen. It's up to you. Relax, close your eyes, and take some deep breaths. Box breathing, I want to recommend that to anyone dealing with stress, nervous system issues, let's see, panic, rage, anything that makes you like you're peaceful, you're a peaceful person, and whatever it is comes in and shocks your nervous system. 4 deep breaths, box breaths they call it, and breathe in through your nose, count to 4, hold 4, release 4 out through your mouth. Do that 4 times and tell me it doesn't relax you and calm you down. It will be a great benefit, okay? So I would suggest you do that if you're going to do this little ritual. Do 4. I'm not going to do them on camera with you guys because it's going to make the video super long. And I do have to go to work today. So take some deep breaths. Sensitize yourself to your body and the way it feels. You should feel safe inside your own body. This is something I'm having to learn. Then call on Remiel. Ask her to fill you with exquisite acceptance and approval for all that you are. Or you can call on God, whatever you believe. Ask her to show you what it means to be truly loving and compassionate to yourself and others, and to expand this love and compassion more and more throughout this present lifetime and all the lifetimes to come. And we say Ashe, Amen, Aho, whatever your belief is. And I love you guys. Peace. See you later.